keen to see that. You know, it's not like they have a corporate weight room or something at the at Lion Dynasty Records or something. So, you know, like you said, that'll be interesting to see how that happens. Before we get on off of here, or before we move on from Empire, one thing that came up. Do you think that, I know you have been checking out Scandal. Do you think that similarly to how Scandal has kind of pivoted more to focusing on Olivia and Fitz and getting away from Olivia Pope and Associate cases, which was a big part of the story at first, and it's something that a lot of fans liked, was how she fixed, you know, how she was a fixer for those different situations. But now that's kind of went to the wayside. Do you think it's kind of the same thing in Empire, where a lot of us tuned in to see what goes on in the music business, and you know, the building of a artist's career, and now, you know, we're mired in, you know, the manipulation and the back and forth between Cookie and Lucius? Do you think they kind of have went away from what made the show great last year?
I think in some parts of the episodes have kind of gone away from the family and the good parts of the show. But I feel like it's a bigger season. So I think we're gonna get some more backstory of Lucius and and Cookie, and I think they just had to slow it down a little bit. So I'm hoping that they will kind of really get back to the pieces that we really liked about the show. But maybe depending on how many writers and directors and how many hands are in the pot, maybe they've gotten off kilter a little bit. And hopefully they'll get back on. Hopefully they have enough time to get back on versus just going away and away and away. So we'll see what happens. I do think that the episodes were getting better. This one wasn't my favorite episode. But we'll see. I do think that, I know a lot of people were upset about all the guest stars and different things because it was going away from the actual story of the family and the music business and building this empire. So we'll see what happens. I really am looking forward to hearing more of Lucius's story and then Cookie's as well. So hopefully they'll get back on track. So
agreed. You know, we'll see what happens. Moving into this Being Mary Jane.
I'm not just yet.
Say what?
I'm not gonna give up on it just yet.
Oh, okay. I got you. As we get ready to get into this Being Mary Jane discussion, first of all, congratulations to you. I saw your Cincinnati Bengals took down the Browns 31-10 on Thursday Night Football. Yeah. So they move on to 8-0, and you know, continue to look more and more like a true Super Bowl contender. So I know that would be a great achievement, and you know, a great thing for the city of Cincinnati. But also, I just learned before we started recording this that you actually made it on to national, you know, morning TV or something. What was this where you were mentioned on this morning show with Regina King?
Huffington Post did an interview with her, and so they took questions from Twitter. I guess she recognized my name off of Twitter, which probably means I tweet a little bit too much, but it's still cool because she recognized my name. So now, you know, when I work with her, she'll remember my name.
Yeah, she said, she clearly said, oh, Jasmine. Yeah, I see her, and, you know, it was like, that's my girlfriend. You know, it's kind of how she went to the host. So I thought that was pretty cool. I did watch a little bit of that video. I just didn't know what outlet that was on. I didn't know if it was a morning show, but it was Huffington Post where that was?
Yeah, Huffington Post Live.
Okay. So yeah, anybody that's pressed play, we appreciate it. But if you want to know a little bit more about at J Doakes, you can check her out on Twitter and look at this. I think she included it on her Instagram. So it was kind of cool that Regina King actually knew who she was, and I think that's cool because a lot of us follow a lot of celebrities or different artists, actors, and whatnot that or personalities, that we support or follow, and you try to interact with them online, and you're not sure who's running that account, or you're not sure if that person really knows how much you genuinely, are interested in what they do or what they represent. So I thought that was pretty cool that you were actually congratulating or praising Regina for her sisterhood that she exhibited when Viola Davis won her award. So I just thought that was a pretty cool moment for you. So congratulations. So, Being Mary Jane is back. Well, when we first started doing the recaps on Empire, we both kind of found out that we were bigger fans of Being Mary Jane, which is on, and that's BET, right? It's BET.
Yes.
For some reason, I was thinking TV One, but yeah, it's BET. So it's in its third season now, and we opened up this season. They had a big cliffhanger for the end of season 2 with the accident. Of course, we knew Mary Jane would survive, but her face was kind of scarred up. She had to go through some extensive plastic surgery, and she actually was in a collision with a character that's played by Loretta Devine, who has since started extorting money from her. A substitute anchor has taken Mary Jane's place at SCN, I believe it is, or CSN, at the TV station that she works at. Mary Soul Latina has set in at her prime time spot. So now Mary J's face has healed up, and we're kind of 3 weeks or 3 episodes into this show. What's your thoughts on it so far?
I think it's good. I really, Being Mary Jane, I think it has some really brilliant writing. The director, production of it, it's really good. I don't know exactly where the season's going, but I think the show just touches on subjects and stories that are so real. I think this last episode was really good. With Lisa Vidal, she was really amazing in it, and I think her breakdown of just being a mother is hard, and it's real because I think for women, we have this idea that we're going to be successful career women, we're going to have the man, a husband, and children, and be this superwoman and perfect and have a happy life, when sometimes you cannot have it all. Sometimes it doesn't mean you're a bad person or not a good woman. You just may not be something that every woman can do. So I really like that they touched on that, and I think it's just a good show, man. Sometimes I wish it was on a different network because I feel like they're not gonna get the kind of recognition in that writing and in the storytelling that a show like Empire or Scandal is gonna get. But I hope Mara and Salim and the whole crew kind of know that they did hit it on the nail. I think it's a good show. So I don't know what's happening with Loretta Devine's character. It's kind of funny, but still kind of like she's telling the truth on some things, and so the topics, the conversations are really interesting. So we'll see what happens. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I really like the show.
Yeah, I was trying to figure a way not to offend anybody by saying that, I appreciate the show for the same reasons. I feel like it deals with a lot of issues that, whether they are real or just perceptions, it's experienced. They depict a lot of experiences that I feel like the black community encounters on its day to day. And, I just didn't want to offend anybody else that's pressed play and saying that this kind of serves the needs of the black community, or it's a good vehicle for a lot of issues in the black community to be discussed or, handled. Because I feel like, on the same token, you have a show like Duck Dynasty or Swamp Thing or American Pickers and all of these different shows. I don't really think those are geared towards blacks or African Americans or whatever people choose to term they choose to use. But I just feel like, we don't complain about those shows being on. And then here's one that, like I said, I just feel like it tackles a lot of issues. I mean, a lot of family relationships that, that's how they kind of play out in my family and at my family reunions and get-togethers and whatnot. So, like you said, I'm glad that BET stuck with it. Do you think that it's kind of hurt the show as far as growing the audience or increasing the popularity? That they don't do a lot of promotion. They don't do a lot of media. I mean, I haven't seen Gabrielle anywhere. I don't know if any other characters would even warrant, getting looked up anywhere. But I don't know if Gabby's been on a show like Wendy. But do you think that's one thing? I mean, and then even for us, fans of the show, they really didn't do like a trailer for season 3 to let you know any new faces, a new male or love interest or anything that might join the show. They really haven't gone out of their way to really let us know anything.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand. I did see Gab on like the Today Show. She did, her media run, but it's just, again, they're not getting as much heavy promotion from a BT as you would get on ABC, Fox, or something like that. And I do wish they could promote it a little bit more, because it's a really good show, and I think people don't necessarily know about it. And I think that it does touch a lot on the black community, but I think it's something that other cultures could still watch and enjoy as well. So I do wish they promoted a little bit more, because it's a really good show, and I would like to see the numbers be really good for it, because it is a good show. So I like that Gabrielle Union is EP on the show now. Okay. So hopefully, if they get a season 4, hopefully they will start promoting it more, or something. Kind of think of some kind of marketing way to really get people interested and tuned in and things like that. So
I like it that it's not reaching for the lower fruit with, let me bring in rappers X, for episode just to bring in new faces, to get new people in the tent. I like that and I appreciate the fact that they've avoided it and really kept it very substantive. Like you said, I think it's an excellent show. Like I said, I would like to have an idea about what to expect this year, and it just seems like Mara and Salim have kept everything under wraps. And what'd you say?
Yeah, very hush. Like, I don't know what's coming.
Right. So, really quickly before we get ready to end this episode of the Empire Recap, what's your thoughts on two things, maybe? It seems, I don't know if Mary J is just recovering or coping or overcompensating for being away from work, and being sent home from work because of the scarring on her face. But it seems like she's developing some stronger feelings or a bigger dependence on Cuddy Buddy. That's one thing that's going on, and I'm like, is she just gonna come to a conclusion? Because she actually looked at the birth control pills this week and had some type of thought. But and then also they had the very heavy third episode, I believe, because they had the 2-hour premiere, which was 2 shows. But we also saw Lisa committed suicide, so it's kind of been a very heavy, beginning to this season. But what's your thoughts on those 2 items right there? An increased romance with Cuddy Buddy and then Lisa's suicide.
Well, I'd love to see Cuddy Buddy more, but he seems to really actually kind of care for her, whereas she's really kind of putting him in this box of, I just want sex from you, and I feel like he wants to be more than that. But we see in the preview that obviously she's sleeping with some other guy. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I mean, I think, why not give him a chance? But I think, we all need love. We all need that affection and somebody to be there. And even if that just means physically.